Good morning. I was watching the Blue Devils, so I thought I'd put him on. Because this is what I'm interested in. And also, I wanted to watch it. Oh, only 2 minutes in. I'm not gonna fucking... Let me... Let me get on the game screen. This... Good morning. It's time to play a game. It's game time. Grr. I have not played this game or looked too much into it. Gamer hours, truly.
Good evening.
So I don't even know. This game had a bunch of warnings on it. It's kind of long. Audio. I could do that? Bruh. I don't know how loud it is.
Well, that's a very blunt question.
But France is lying to you.
Friends and neighbors.
That should be fine.
And have confidence
I
that the team will keep you
guess.
safe.
But now you start to see, yes, the people never happy.
Okay.
It's never enough.
Let's get into it.
Cannot believe you.
Are you saying that advance have cured death?
Jog off.
Who was it? Actually, I shouldn't say that up here.
Oh my goodness. We're only getting started. Good evening. I'm Megan Moore.
No numbers.
Our main headlines tonight.
Ugh. Story mode, I guess. That's good. I didn't know it.
That's all coming up on tonight's National Nightly News.
National Nightly News. No, what signal? Yeah, you can DM it to me. Turn that down. Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay. Loading music is very calm for what is fucking happening. Okay. Oh, I didn't even notice that they were there. Day one. Hello? Turn right. D. Oh.
Hi, David. I have a call for you. I'm just putting it through.
Okay.
Dave here. Listen,
Oh,
I know you've
okay.
only come in to clean up the place, but I've got a bit caught up, so you're gonna have to run the news tonight. Now, don't worry, it's not hard, and I'm gonna stay on the phone and help you. First, I'm gonna give you a quick tour of the broadcast room, so if you're not doing it already, look forward to
Stop.
screens. Right, look up at the top.
Shit.
You want to keep the viewers going up and not down. Underneath that, you've got the screens. The one on the right is the broadcast screen. That's what the viewers are seeing at home. It's
So
only
easy.
a couple of
Or
seconds
they
behind
see.
the master screen there in the middle. That's the one you control. Now, the four small screens on the left show the different signals coming from the studio. And you can choose between them using the numbered buttons on the vision mixer at the bottom left. Don't worry, I'll talk you through it and you'll pick it up in no time.
Yeah, I will.
Have a look to your left. These plugs control everything in the studio. I've left them set up for you, so provided you haven't fiddled with them, all you have to do now is throw the master trip switch and we're in business. Once you've got the power on, face the front again. You can see on the broadcast screen that we're in the end titles for the show before us. Fortunately, they go on for fucking ages, so there's plenty of time for you to explain. Oh, right, okay, they're over, so we haven't got long now till the broadcast. Right, quickly, mate, look down under the desk. You can see a load of videotapes on the left. They're your adverts. Pick any three and load them into the machines on the right. When you've done that, look up to
Salad.
the front again.
Crazy Neil. And exercise.
Right, the tapes are loaded and we're all ready for when we get to the first ad break. That's great. Any second now, you should be getting a signal through from the studio. Stay on your toes,
Studio.
It's election night, so all eyes are on this room.
What?
Not gonna get fired.
Oh,
When you get the signal, select screen 1 in the division mixer. You're ready
oh
to go.
God, I don't need a burger.
Corn and mayonnaise?
You know, Seafood,
Yes.
every day you offer me prawns every...
Ah!
Love.
You're trying to kill me.
And yet you persist. Going in 5, 4.
Good evening. I'm Jeremy Johnson. Our main
Okay,
stories tonight.
okay.
Okay, all good. Next is going to be to throw the news titles on screen 2. There'll be a countdown, but I'll count you in as well. Just relax, mate. It's all great.
I'm.
Andy's
What?
independent and corners the flowered market.
Okay.
Top chat. Sports fans everywhere celebrate as popular footballer Johnny Hamsleeves wins Sports Personality of the Year.
We're getting them
And
views,
a
baby.
spoonful of sugar. Megan will be chatting with movie star Lawrence Blunderclatch about his new movie, The Medicated.
The medicated.
We'll be going live to Advance headquarters to hear
Nine,
what the leaders of
eight,
this fledgling party
seven,
have to say on their
6,
historic
5,
Button 2 in 3, 2, 1.
1.
Lovely, mate. Next thing.
Below me.
Button 1, and that globe in the middle shrinks down and vanishes.
Okay. Ah, I'm terrified. This is 100% like Twitch. I thought it said naughty.
Switch to screen 1. Lovely, mate.
But
Yes!
it's a decisive win for Advance. The landslide victory, with an astonishing 81% popular vote,
Ah,
is the biggest election win in living memory.
this is Twitch
Advance appealed to
currently.
voters up and down the country with their bold promises of permanent change. But critics have accused him of a severe lack of actual policies and of being deliberately vague. The opposition parties have all conceded defeat to Advance's overwhelming mandate, but have yet to appear publicly.
Of course, of
However,
course.
Former Home Secretary
Please don't, please, please, let me mute myself. Okay.
End of the segment. Make sure you don't play it too early or we'll all get fired. Now the clock at the top is counting you down to the advert. When it reaches 0, press one of the 3 play ad buttons over there at the bottom right. I normally play the first one at the first break and so on, but you can play them in any order you want. I'll count you into it as well.
Oh, blimey.
Keep your eye on the clock.
to hear the co-leaders accept it.
4,
And 3,
3, 2, 1.
advert.
1 minute back, everybody. Jeremy, I need you to fill out the ads.
What? Why?
Wanker Snatch is running late. Oh, I thought I'd ask him about the election.
Personally, I wouldn't try to confuse him with any big words.
That's the same policy we use.
I gotta put
I thought that was our
promo.
little secret. It's alright, he doesn't remember anything I tell him.
I'm deeply uncomfortable with your burgeoning friendship.
Me too.
Yeah.
Wicked. We made it to the first ad break. You're doing
We
great,
did,
mate.
we
This
did
is
it,
where
so
starts
good.
getting a bit trickier. This next sequence is what we call a multi-cam sequence because you're going to be cutting between
I'm
multiple
fucking
cameras to make
panicking.
things interesting. A lot of it's down to
This is
personal
great.
taste, but here's 3 good rules of thumb. 1. Try and keep the shot on whoever is doing the talking. 2. Don't stay on the same shot for too long, 10 seconds at the most. So if you're on the person who's talking, try and throw in the odd reaction shot or pull out to the wide shot for a bit just to keep it interesting.
For sure, for sure.
Don't stay on reaction shots for too long. A couple of seconds is usually enough. Then the audience want to see who's doing the talking, yeah? Stick to these rules and you'll be fine. It's not as complicated as it sounds. You've seen programs on television. Make it look like
Is this
those.
weed? What's happening on the
Screen 1 selected now. No need to wait
a
for the
crouton
broadcast to start.
display?
Try and stay ahead, mate.
Quiet in the studio. Thank you so much. 10 seconds, everybody. Going in 5,
4,
3.
3, 2, 1.
Welcome back to the National Nightly News. Later, we'll be hearing from shock election winners Advance. But first,
Get
our
ready to go to
political
Megan on
reporter,
screen
Megan
4.
Wolf, is here with a star of both stage and screen. Megan?
Thank you, Jeremy. Megan
Oh.
Wolf, culture correspondent, and today I have a guest who starred in everything from Shakespeare
Right,
to
go
the
to
Shop
Blunderclatch
Clock
on screen 3 when she says his
films.
name.
Joined today by none other than Lawrence Blunderclatch. Thank you so much for coming on.
Oh, my dear. I do hope you believe me when I tell you that being with you here today is a most...
Switch to 2 for the wide now.
May I say, having you here with us is among ours.
Right, now just try and
So
stay
you
on
just
whoever's
finished filming
talking.
your latest movie, which is called The Medicated.
The medicated, yes.
Wow, what was
Huh.
that like?
Well, as I said to Peter at the Wrap, that's Peter Jensen, the director.
Give us a look at Megan's reaction.
He's a wonderful
Lovely.
chap,
Now back to
really
Thunder
is.
Twat.
Thunder twat.
I said to
Oh, it
Peter,
was a salad. Yeah, you're right.
what a wild ride this has been. And you know what, Megan? I really meant that.
Wow, that is fantastic. And
Ooh.
am I right in saying that the character you play in this movie is quite an academic one?
Absolutely right. A scientist.
Was that a challenge at all?
What exactly are you implying?
Oh.
But seriously, yes, you're right. It was a complete departure from my last starring role when I played Sergeant Brock Rockman in Bullet Man. You'll remember that that was the true story of one soldier's fight for a love that surpasses all others. A love, of course, for freedom. I think it's grossed over $1 billion, but honestly, who's counting?
It's a role that saw you scoop 2 Best Actor awards, if I remember correctly.
It's so sweet of you to mention it, but I really am not in it for the awards, although those 3 little statues do take pride of place on my mantelpiece.
With all the others, I'm sure. So, if you're not doing it for the awards, what is it then that drives you?
Oh, that is a beautiful question, Megan, and not easy to answer. Like you, I'm afraid. Cut me, and
Been on that shot a bit long.
And often, that's how it feels, doesn't it? Bleeding, giving. I suppose
Dude,
in
what the
end, I
fuck?
do it for the difference it makes. I do it for the people that I inspire, the little people. But most of all, I think I do it for the positive change that I can bring about in the world.
And today, of course,
Oh, shit.
we're in for some real change, it looks like, in the coming few months. What do you make of this historic election result?
Oh, well. Well, now you're asking. Historic election result. Indeed. Historic is the word. Well, it's difficult, isn't it? Very difficult. But I think I've always been quite clear that when it comes to politics, that one should always
I know, I'm trying to.
strive to not fuck things up.
Shit, he swore. Oh, well, don't worry, he won't do it again.
I said fuck.
Shit, he did it again. Okay, don't panic. I'll explain how to deal with swearing at the break.
Stop swearing!
Right,
This
I've
is
swapped
not.
a shot of Jeremy on screen 1 for a VT of the movie clip. You'll get a countdown on the screen, but I'll just let Megan cue you in.
My character, Dr. Lance Hemlock, is faced with a decision that could affect humanity's very survival.
Exciting stuff. Let's take a look.
Ah,
God,
fuck, this is hard.
He's really losing it in the studio. I'd love to hear what he's saying, but we can't find out now. We'll go to the Rushes room together once the broadcast's over.
It's not your fault.
You think I don't know that?
No one has mind. Think of Carol.
That's Dr.
Think of
Lance
Carol.
to you, Miss Flanagan.
Oh!
Did it for you, baby. All for you.
Dr. Hemlock.
We're gonna change the world, do you remember? If only I'd listened to you.
Dr. Hemlock.
You told me, but I didn't listen.
Doctor,
I'm drowning, Lance, you said.
you need to see this.
No, it's all too late.
Look at this!
The virus. The sterility. This formula. This is the key.
We can stop it all.
Yes, we could stop it all. We have to ask ourselves.
I'm not gonna be.
At the end of the clip, you'll want to play another ad. Remember to use the clock at the top to count you in.
Ah! Facts. 7. 3, 2, 1, 0.
Right, I guess I better explain how to deal with bleeping out swear words. As you probably
For
noticed,
sure.
the broadcast screen here is about 2 seconds behind the master screen.
Uh-huh.
Here, when
Yes.
someone says a naughty word, the bleep button lights up like this. 2 seconds later, you'll hear that swear word going out on the broadcast, and you need to hold down the bleep button or the spacebar on your keyboard
Chair.
for as long as the swear word lasts. It can take a bit of practice getting used to hearing 2 things at once. Just stay calm and you'll get it. And if you can't tell when to bleep, just above the button, you'll literally be able to see the sound scrolling by. All you gotta do is hold it down while the red bit is over the red line. Simple. Of course, if you do it by eye, you'll have to take your eye off the screens. That's why real professionals do it by ear. Most people
Shut
like
up.
to have the volume of the broadcast screen a little bit below the master screen. Let's set it now. As you turn it up, you'll hear the advert getting louder. Good. You're set to start censoring. Like I say, it takes a little practice, but I'll try and help you through it, and soon we'll have you bleeping like a pro.
Hell yeah.
Button lights up, count 1, 2, and hold it down.
We got those shares. You want crazy? We got crazy. Crazy Neil's got crazy deals.
Remember to select screen 1 now that you've got the feed. Don't wait for the broadcast to go live. That's too late. You can use the number buttons on your keyboard, 1 to 4.
What did he say? I wasn't paying attention.
Welcome back. And I'm told we can now go live to Advance Headquarters, where the 2 leaders, Peter Clement and Julia Salisbury, are about to make their acceptance address.
Cut to the outside broadcast. Oh shit, he's pissed. Get ready to bleep.
Well, thank you all for coming. Well,
This is bad.
what a day.
They said we couldn't do
They
it.
certainly did.
They used every dirty, low-down, lying, southern bastard trick they had against us. But you, the people,
Nice.
you saw right through their shite.
I'm sorry about the language there.
Ah,
About that other
shoot.
celebratory part.
Shit.
Coarser than a granny's fanny.
Memorably put.
Perfect.
But to be honest, who can blame Peter for celebrating? Throughout the campaign, you've heard us say that Advance are not a political party.
Remember the 10 second rule.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. This is hard. I.
We need a team that can change things. But today, a better, fairer future. So perhaps we should all be celebrating.
Except for the rich. When the party's over, they shouldn't be celebrating. They should be putting their shitting pants on and opening their dusty checkbooks.
Again, colourfully put, but
Sorry.
before we came out here to address the nation, we used our executive powers
Sorry.
to pass the Assets and Wealth Act. Working with the tax office,
I'm trying. This is hard.
You know this sort of probably you rather you don't. Because the likes of you and me are not welcome in their gated community.
Tomorrow we will be introducing a sweeping reform of the tax system in this country. No more hiding wealth offshore, no more trust funds or creative accounting. A simpler, fairer, unavoidable set of tax laws.
So all you bastard public school snobs have got nowhere to hide. And earlier today, we revoked your passports. You want them back? You want to leave like you threatened before the election? That's fine. But first, you're going to pay up.
Audience is getting
You're
bored,
going to
mate.
pay back.
Advance are going to turn this country from a nation of warring individuals into a team.
This is
To
hard.
properly fund health and education. To raise the living standards of us all.
The pundits
Ah.
we'd have to raise billions. You'll see when we've reclaimed what's ours, that's absolute ferret shite. So to you posh twats,
The people who
Fuck.
pay you a pittance to serve them drinks
Ha.
in private clubs.
Damn it.
The people whose children you raise.
so they've got time to get even fucking richer.
Advance have this to say to you.
It ends today.
We are coming for your sports cars and your mansions and your vineyards.
It ends today.
We will put the wealth of this country back where it should have always
This
been,
is
in the hands of the people who created it.
It ends today.
Yes, it ends today. And tomorrow, we'll start making it fair again. Just like we promised we would.
And until then, ladies and gents, I suggest we all get pissed.
I can't argue with that. Thank you for your time.
Well, an interesting acceptance speech there from the leaders of Advance. And
Okay.
our apologies for the fruity language. Hopefully we got that bleeped out for you in time. If not, someone's going to be in trouble.
Uh-oh.
So, as the country braces itself for new government, that's all from us this evening at the National Nightly News. We'll be back tomorrow with full coverage of the first day under Advance. I'm Jeremy Donaldson. Have a peaceful night.
Right, looks like you've got it now. Thanks for all the help, mate. I've got to go. Ferry's about to leave. Probably won't be coming back. Job's yours, mate. Good luck.
Same old boring politics then.
Is this some weird fever dream? Am I dying now or something?
You should be so lucky. I'll see you tomorrow night.
Not coming for a drink?
Nope, got a date.
Lucky you. Try not to get murdered.
Challenge your memory.
Finished, you'll get a broadcast report.
A plus.
Shows you how well the broadcast
It's gonna hate your D&D character.
grade.
Oh yeah, he'd fucking be at my throat. Ari would be in danger.
More info. If not, select continue to move to the next page.
No celebrating for the rich. No celebrating rich. I just got paid. I'm broke as poor. Sheesh.
State of our main advertisers, but you don't own any fucking shares. You're a cleaner, for God's sake. So why would you care?
I don't.
This is the last page, and it tells you the state of the world. Tells you how well the government's doing, and down the bottom there, this one's important. Tells you what Channel 1 currently thinks of you. In other words, what the boss thinks.
Okay.
Alright, mate. Welcome to the archive. This is where you can have a quick look back at what you've done and how it looked to the public. There's three sections. Broadcast rushes.
Rich bird, I'm gonna take your fucking passport.
Click on it now. Over on the left, that's all the broadcasts that you've done. Click on any one of them and hit load tape. Once it's finished loading, you can use the rewind and the fast forward.
How do I load tape? Oh.
To help you get to the bit you want to see.
We'll be going live to tonight's National Nightly News. Look, it's the semi. Winning movie.
Bro. Okay.
Main stories tonight. Moving on up. The election win that experts said just couldn't happen. Hopeful or hostile. Hams leaves.
This intro was really long.
But first, the votes are in and it's a decisive win for Advance. The landslide victory, with an astonishing 81% of the popular vote, is
Okay.
the biggest election win in living memory. Advance appealed to voters up and down the
Don't care, don't care, don't care.
to hear the
I don't care about the tomatoes. Okay.
Welcome back to the National Nightly News. Later we'll be hearing from shock election winners Advance, but first our very own culture reporter
Yeah, you
Megan
did.
Wolf is here with a star of both stage and screen. Megan?
Thank you, Jeremy. Megan Wolf, culture correspondent. And today I have a guest who starred in everything from
Bruh.
Shakespeare to the Shotbot films. I'm very excited to be joined today by none other than Lawrence Blunderclatch. Thank you so much for coming on.
Oh, my dear. I do hope you believe me when I tell you.
Okay, I don't want to watch that. Okay.
Rushes, and let's have a look at those. Right, this is the rushes. It's pretty simple. The four screens you can see, they're going to show you the four signals you got from the studio during the actual broadcast. Difference is you can mute any combination of them, so you can have a listen to the stuff you weren't allowed to show. Select the broadcast and give it a go. And when you're done listening to the backstage secrets, hit back.
Oh, I'm interested.
These aren't my cards. Please tell me these aren't my cards.
No, they're the right ones, apparently.
Oh, but this gives me nothing, Jenny. They must see that.
Oh, no. I think they think he won't have anything to say.
Oh, for God's sake, come on. It's a huge day. He's not an...
Absolute bonehead. I don't care, Rob. I'm not doing it. I agreed to do one beastly interview a day. I made that completely clear when we started. Check my contract.
Hi, I'm Megan.
Oh, piss off. You're on thin blood.
Jesus Christ!
Whole wheat, man. Whole wheat.
We're coming back from the break. Quiet in the studio.
Thank you so much for...
10 seconds, everybody. Counting in 5, 4, 3.
Welcome back to the National Nightly News. Later we'll be hearing from shock election winners Advance, but first our very own culture reporter Megan Wolf is here with a star of both stage and screen. Megan?
Thank you,
Oh,
Jeremy.
wait,
Megan Wolf,
God damn it!
correspondent. And today I have a guest who starred in everything from Shakespeare to the Shotbot films. I'm very excited to be joined today by none other than Lawrence Blunderclatch. Thank you so much for coming on.
Oh my God.
Look at him!
I do
He's
hope
so
you
like...
believe me when I tell you
Ugh.
that being with you here today is among the greatest joys of my life.
May I say, having you heard this is among ours.
I totally didn't
So
notice
you've
the
just
guy on the
finished
top
filming your
left.
latest movie, which is called The Medicated.
The medicated, yes.
Okay.
If you're not doing it for the award,
Oh, that's a beautiful question, Megan. Not easy to answer. Like you, I'm afraid. Cut me.
No, I don't care. Let's keep going. Hopefully I didn't click anything off screen. Looks so angry. Just threw a tantrum like a toddler. Grr, grr, grr. Day one, day one. Have myself a little treat. Me, I'm hungry. Day 3, unexpected from you. iPhone. Junkman. Our team wants to know you. I shouldn't have fucking started eating. Good morning, Gray. What happened to Nico? No! It's a form of the new advanced government asking for the information of all citizens. Filled in already. Your name, your spouse, your children. Well, you muse. At least I got the basics right. Upon starting a new job, you would ease myself in. I'm eating Sour Patch Kids because it's all I could find in my house. A colleague in a different department has confided in is more mature than the news anchor. Oh, that's what you mean. Now, a file of minor. What? They've been. and that they've been taking home confidential information. Now, a file of minor importance has gone missing. You would. Recommend that your colleague reports it. Because I'm not gonna be a fucking rat. No, I'm a raccoon. I'm not gonna be a fucking rat. I'm gonna fucking... But I don't wanna... I would be a rat. But I don't wanna deal with it. I don't care. An entire department was fired today for consistent underperformance. Your boss has put in place new targets that are significantly higher than the previous ones. You would stay late to ensure you hit your first deadline. Just trying to get employed. I don't want to get fired. It's the annual company barbecue, and you and your family have been invited. Are looking forward. Go if you're free, but I wouldn't mind missing it. You had a long, successful career, and now you're about to retire. In your speech, you would give an honest review of the pros and cons of the company. Genuinely. Well, free food's free food. That's pretty much it. In your spare time, you, relax alone. Your ideal Holloway, your ideal can you talk? No, apparently. Got D&D to be doing. Gotta set up for D&D. Your ideal holiday getaway would be surrounded by natural beauty, getting away from the strain of daily grind, exploring somewhere unfamiliar and discovering the new experiences and challenges. A structured day out at the theme park, bursting with thrills and attractions for you and your family. A romantic getaway with your partner to a tropical island paradise. Probably exploring somewhere unfamiliar and discovering new experiences and challenges. Turn this down just a little bit. Question 8. What am I turning it down in this for? Wait, let me turn this back up and then move. I have an audio software that doesn't fit on that screen. I have to. Okay. I'm gonna start juggling objects. Okay. Where is it? There we go. Turn it down. Wait. Is that even doing anything? Ah! Damn you. The most important... It is... No, I don't go to party. Yeah. But not ruining it, but making it memorable. For sure. It is most important that the government keeps people equal. Gay rights! Say my name. Day 6, family member. Why is this? What? What is happening? I want to play the game. Some of the kids have gone to bed. You're just drying up after up your favorite coffee cup, a worn-out souvenir of your first trip together. The print is faded, but the goofy face still makes you smile. That's not like me. Wait, did it say a knock at the window breaks you back to reality? There in the garden, clutching a gaudy neon green suitcase, is Chris, Sam's sibling. Goofy. As soon as you let them in, they sit in the kitchen table, visibly stressed. Chris takes a deep breath. I'm so sorry for bursting in so late, Alex. Chris stammers. But I need a favor, and you're the only one I can ask. No problem, what's going on? You must have seen all the crazy advanced stuff. The Assets and Wealthy Act, they're calling it. Taking people's hard-earned money to fund the lazy. It's bullshit. You've never seen Chris this agitated. I'm not saying the top 1% or whatever don't have stupid money. Chris added hastily. but they can afford it. People like me, we're going to lose everything. That's awful, but I'm not sure how I can help. You were always the well-off one in our family, in the family. Oh, is he? Okay. If he's ever a bother, tell me. Well, yeah. If he's a bother to you, it's better if you tell someone else about it. So, bring it to me or meme about it. They're gonna take everything, Alex. Everything I've spent my life building. I can't let this happen. I need a favor. Chris's eyes find the floor tiles. I need to borrow your passport. My passport? Why? Or why do I get the feeling I'm not going to like this? Good. Make sure you don't. Yeah. They've taken mine in half the bloody countries, but people always say you and I look so familiar. So, Chris is pacing now. I need to leave before it's too late. Once I'm out, me and my money will be safe. But I need to go now before they freeze my accounts. Please, Alex. I wouldn't ask if I had any other choice. I'm gonna let him take it. He's gonna flee the country using a passport. I still have like a driver's license. And I'm me. Oh, you can do blood tests. Okay, it's upstairs in the safe. Let me go get it, and you can take it. You climb up the stairs to your bedroom, careful not to wake Sam, who is cocooned in the duvet as usual. You open your wardrobe, unlock the safe, and retrieve the passport. A sleepy voice breaks the silence. Alex? What's going on? Nothing, sweetheart. Don't worry about it. Go back to sleep. Sam seems unsure. You sure? What are you doing in the safe? I'm sure. It's nothing. Don't worry about it. I'll be up in bed shortly. Jesus Christ, I'm having a stroke. Can I read? You close the safe and head back downstairs to find Chris at the table fidgeting. They jump up as soon as you re-enter the kitchen. So, have you got it? Yes, here. Good luck with everything. For the first time, Chris smiles. It's infectious. Thanks. I really appreciate this. Did I just get an achievement? I didn't see that. I'll get back in touch once I'm safely out of the country. Chris takes the passport, breathing a sigh of relief, grabs the nigh on fluorescent suitcase, and heads out into the night. You head to bed, hoping you can prise some of the duvet away with Sam without waking them. Huh? Dude, words! Oh my god. Words are so hard. The fallout. Whoa! What is that? Hello? What the fuck is happening? Oh. Yeah. Is it on?
Right, let's load up the adverts.
I don't need a fan. The adverts.
Tapes under the desk. Look down. You might want to have a bit of a think about it. Your decisions have
I want to play this one. Crazy Neil and Advanced Go-Getters.
Right, you can see they finally got the old headline system up and working again. The new vision mix has
Dave was here.
These two buttons at the
Uh-huh.
bottom of the vision mixer, you can see they now have A and B on them. And
Uh-huh.
they'll help you pick image A on the left bottom screen here, or image
Yeah.
B on the right bottom screen here.
Uh-huh.
It's really simple. This little clock here will count down the number of seconds you have to make your decision.
I'm becoming sugar daddy. Sugar daddy moment.
If you don't bother to pick a photo before
Fuck.
that runs out, the machine's just going to pick one at random for you. I just want to say one more thing, mate. The pictures you choose to show of these people, well, that's how the public is going to perceive them.
Really?
So, like with the adverts, choose.
Oh, you don't understand.
That's the bastard.
Yeah, I wouldn't get one of those. My friend Janet says theirs gets
Finally
really hot.
tonight.
Is this Janet who thinks dogs have their own secret language?
Yeah, the one that mistrusts the moon. 10 seconds, everybody!
That's sort of consumer advice then.
Don't blame me when it explodes. Going in 5, 4, 3.
Good evening, I'm Jeremy Dawson. Our main headlines tonight. Destination unknown. At the end of Advance's first full week in office, we ask exactly who's leading this charge. Tonight, I'll be discussing what the new future might hold with a leading economist and radical free thinker. With the Assets and Wealth Act on the brink of raising living standards for the vast majority of the country, I'll be asking my guess if we're on the way to a new future. Out with the old, Remington's Fist have appointed Sophia Remington as their new CEO. The following photo, taken from our archive, gives us a sense of this influential young firebrand who, at the tender age of 23, becomes the youngest female CEO in history. Sophia Remington has always impressed. She was top of her class at university and
I know what I'm doing.
immediately being asked back to lecture. The markets have responded favorably to Sophia's appointment, with stocks rising 30 points in light of the announcement. In her first press conference this afternoon, Sophia announced a children's toy named Mr. Snugglehugs. Sophia promises it'll be all the rage this Christmas, but concerns have been raised about the product's safety. Making a splash. Intrepid scientist Dr. David Wong and marine biologist Ingrid Swarsborg and Horgensford have
What the
set off
fuck?
to explore Dante's taint. The recently discovered cave system was previously thought unreachable, but thanks to a new breakthrough in underwater flower technology, the pair hope to successfully reach the imposing central cavern and the undiscovered plant species it contains. This
Okay.
is, of course, only the latest in a series of successful expeditions for this unlikely pairing. In a joint statement about the dangers their team might face, the pair stated, "We will face the plentiful challenges together like we always have."
Hell yeah.
Playing the field.
Oh. Oh. My game? Oh. The game has crashed? I will find out once I reboot the game. My PC started overheating and I wasn't paying attention, I think. I think that was the problem. Game just said, no thanks. Hopefully it's saved. There's not great airflow on it though.
Good evening, I'm Megan Wolf.
Jesus Horeo face fucker. What? Okay. We might have to sit through some things again.
I just want to say one more thing, mate. The pictures you choose to show of these people, well, that's how the public is going to perceive them, and that's going to affect their lives. So, like with the adverts, choose carefully. And we're off. Good luck, mate. If I get time, I'll call you back in the next break. Yeah, I'm coming, darling.
My friend Janet says theirs gets really hot.
Is this Janet who thinks dogs have their own secret language?
Yeah, the one that mistrusts the moon. 10 seconds, everybody!
Best source of consumer advice then.
Don't blame me when it explodes.
Yeah,
Going in
he's go
5, 4,
or face fucker.
I'm Jeremy Dawson. Our main headlines tonight. Destination unknown. At the end of Advance's first full week in office, we ask exactly who's leading this charge. Tonight, I'll be discussing what the new future will hold
Okay.
with a leading economist and radical
Now I can
philosopher.
sit back
With the assets and welfare
and relax.
raising living standards for the
Have
vast
myself
majority of the country, I'll be asking my guests
have myself
if
some
we're on the way to a new future.
Sour Patch Kids.
Out with the old. Remington's Fist have appointed Sophia Remington as their new CEO. The following photo, taken from our archive, gives us a sense of this influential young firebrand who, at the tender age of 23, becomes the youngest female CEO, becomes the youngest female Sophia Remington has always impressed. She was top of her class at university and graduated with the highest honours,
I'm good at this.
immediately being asked back to lecture. The markets have responded favourably to Sophia's appointment, with stocks rising 30 points in light of the announcement. In her first press conference this afternoon, Sophia announced a children's toy named Mr. Snugglehouse. Sophia promises it will be all the rage this Christmas, but concerns have been raised about the product's safety. Making a splash. Intrepid scientist Dr. David Wong and marine biologist Ingrid Swarsborg have today set off to explore Dante's taint. The recently
Mr.
discovered
Snugglehugs'
was previously
advert
thought
is down
unreachable,
there.
but thanks to a new breakthrough in underwater flower technology, the pair hope to successfully reach the imposing central cavern and the undiscovered plant species it contains. This is, of course, only the latest in a series of successful expeditions for this unlikely pairing. In a joint statement about the dangers their team might face, the pair stated, "We will face the plentiful challenges together like we always have." Playing the field, rumours abound as sporting legend Johnny Hamsleeves is snapped leaving Bush, one of the capital's hottest clubs. The footballer was caught
What if I chose the
named
second
Sports
one?
Personality of the Year last week, as reported
I know, right?
by this very programme. Johnny is seen here with socialite and performance artiste Tiffany Lamore, whose recent show, Snatched Inside My Snatch, has kept her firmly in the public eye. Could romance be on the cards for these two budding A-listers? And grievous bodily charm. With Advance promising a radical new position on crime, how afraid should we actually be? I'll be going live around the country to talk with people who've seen the criminal justice system from every perspective. With more and more powers
I don't know,
passing
I
to
guess
the
this
police
one.
and less oversight.
Or
Are
always
we
usually
using
seems to be an
Advance
obvious answer, but I don't know if the
sledgehammer
game is trying to trick me or not.
All that and Mega Morph with a group of young actors already experiencing the positive side of the new Assets and Wealth Act firsthand. They'll be talking and performing later. That's all coming up on tonight's National Nightly News.
Shit! I fucked it up! God damn it! Look how much longer we have till it ad. Oh.
In the wake of the government's swift enactment of the Assets and Wealth Act, we're talking about Advance's first week in office and what the new future holds. Joining me are Katie Brightman, a leading economist, and Alan James, author of Alan James is Right, The Free Man's Guide to Waking Up. Alan, the government certainly haven't dragged their heels on delivering some of the legislation they promised, but what does the Wealth Act mean for us?
Nothing, Jeremy. We're still vassal slaves, we're just in prettier cages.
A confident dismissal there. Katie Brightman, do you agree?
I'm afraid I don't, no. I think that Advance have realised that the current economic system of unlimited,
Not a
unending
disagreement.
growth is untenable, so they're changing things up.
There I agree with you. They're moving to the next steps in the grand plan.
Grand plan, Alan?
It's all in my book. Alan James is right.
Sorry, I was trying to use the numpad.
Ignorant, sterile, and short-lived. That's what they want.
Or perhaps Advance have just realised that if we carry on the way we are, we will destroy ourselves and this planet in a mad orgy of consumption, if you'll excuse the colourful metaphor.
Yes.
Was I supposed to censor that word?
Only it'll be the overlords having an orgy on our poor broken backs.
Okay,
It's
no.
all in my book. Alan James is
shamelessly self-promoting. Katie, how do you think the rest of the world will respond to this new approach?
I think they're watching carefully. Advance are the most disruptive threats that the world
keep
powers
fucking
have
taking the
faced
book
since
from
the
him.
last Great War.
Yes, Katie's right. War is inevitable.
Thank you, but that isn't
And
what
this will not be a war like we've ever seen before. We're talking millions of deaths. We're talking high-tech weapons that can level entire cities. We're talking...
Out of the wrong orifices?
Mock me all you like, Jeremy, but when they murder your parents and they poison your food and they take you away to their camps for hypno-brainwashing, we'll be laughing then.
That might be a great way to sell books, Alan, but you know full well that isn't going to happen in a democracy.
Democracy is dead.
Yes, Advance are radical.
Jesus Christ, this dude.
The truth is that the Wealth and Assets Act has made more than 90% of the population wealthier and is on target to produce a permanent end to poverty.
Bollocks! What this young lady doesn't understand, Jeremy, is that these are the same people. Maybe they've rebranded, but it's all a little circus act to keep us from seeing the tyrant behind the curtain.
That's where you're wrong, Alan. For a start, they've mobilised the youth vote like we've never seen before.
You say mobilise, I call it grooming.
Jesus Christ!
Generation to walk happily into eternal bondage. They're like psychic paedophiles.
But based on the facts, Katie, what are your
Right.
predictions?
The Assets and Wealth Act is only the first step. Advance now have a historic budgetary surplus, and as well as properly funding our public services, they're already funneling unprecedented amounts into scientific research and the arts.
Or, as I call them in my book, Frankenscience and opiates. Like opiates, see?
Can we get back to the issue at hand, please, Alan?
This is the issue. It's all coming from the water, the chemicals. They're pumping it full of belief juice.
Don't get me wrong, I want to see these changes, but only if they're sustainable. If Advance lose their power after spending half of our GDP on dismantling infrastructure, that could be catastrophic.
The catastrophe is that they're succeeding. They've got us sat here talking about their puppet show.
All right, we're running out of time. Quickly, Alan, what does the future look like to you?
A bleak space where we've all been figuratively sodomized into submission.
Oh, of course. Katie?
We might be on the eve of a brave new world. God knows we need some change, but we need to be cautious. Let's walk forwards with our eyes open.
Two very different visions.
Oh, I can't read chat.
Alan James, Katie Brightman, thank you for
Oh,
joining
did
me.
you really raid
When we come back,
the other
I'll be
Creed?
investigating law and order before Megan meets some beneficiaries of the Assets and Wealth Act. That's all coming up tonight on the National Nightly News.
1 minute back.
Okay.
You know, I think they might do some good.
I hope so too, Jeremy.
How much are you being paid by them then?
Shut the fuck up, Alan. I've never heard so much
Yeah,
shit
get
in my
fucked.
life.
Well, we'll see who's full of shit, won't we?
Alan,
Censored
I can
nothing.
explain it to you, but unfortunately, I can't understand it
You
fully.
run out of things to dress up, and you want your house to look like
Yeah, I have an underscore.
the ornaments for you. You want something like
What the fuck?
Actually, fuck it, I don't care, I hate the fucking news. Oh, I'm gonna love this tune though. Alright, mate, see you later, bye!
See ya.
She's good.
Okay.
You know she is.
I've said a bit of word in, that's all I can do.
10 seconds, everybody. Little Jakey's scared of the big bird caught you with water.
If that sticks, I'll destroy you.
4, 3.
Welcome back. In our second segment, we're going to be taking a deep dive into the state of law and order in our country. Advance have already tasked what they are calling a solutions team to move this serious social problem to the top of the list. Tonight, we go behind the headlines to meet the people who live with the criminal justice system every day of their lives. First up, we have Gregory Judge, a lawyer who sees the problems close up on the front line. Can you hear me, Gregory?
Yes, I've got you, Jeremy. Thanks for having me.
What's it like on the front line of the hard face of the cold hand of justice?
Well, as you can imagine, Jeremy, we are massively understaffed in this country. We're working every hour we can just to try and cope with the caseloads on
country
our
is he in?
desks.
Which must affect the quality of support you can offer.
Well, we can barely keep up with demand, Jeremy. There just simply isn't enough
Oh,
being done
no.
at a systemic level to relieve the problem.
Greg?
We need more support from ministers. Helen, what are you doing? We need change at a structural level,
I'm
Jeremy.
leaving.
Time, darling.
It never is it? I'll be at my mother's.
Just hang on. No, the problem isn't a local one, Jeremy. It's nationwide. Just give me 5 minutes. I'm talking to Jeremy Donaldson.
Oh, have you mentioned your affairs?
No.
Oh!
The affairs of the Justice Department that we should be
Yo!
concerned about.
This is
Hello,
sick!
Mr. Donaldson. Hello, Mrs. Judge.
We need legislation to relieve the pressure on our public
Sorry
servants.
to interrupt the news, Mr. Donaldson. Can I have a moment to tell my husband I'm leaving him?
Yes, I totally understand. Quite the picture of a burdened legal sector there. Gregory Judge, thank you for joining us. Next, I'm joined by Police Chief Constable Bob
Oh my
Peel,
fucking
a man
god.
with a very different perspective on our nation's crime. Do you think there's a problem with the system, Bob?
I'm sure we all do, Jeremy. I am sure we all long for a return to the days
Oh
when
my
you could safely
God.
walk the streets of your community at night, looking in through windows and generally enjoying your neighbours without the risk of being terrorised by some thug with a knife. Or kosh.
So you feel the streets simply aren't safe anymore? Where have
Oh
we
my
gone
god.
wrong, Bob?
That dude.
Well, that's not a simple question, Jeremy, but I think it all comes down to moral decay. We've diluted our culture and lost touch with what it means to be a citizen of this once great country. Also, as the vicar noted in Sunday's sermon, we probably shouldn't be hanging.
And to what do you attribute this moral decay?
Foreigners, gays and gypsies mainly.
Oh.
It's all in the Bible.
The
Look,
fags.
Leviticus clearly states that... Oh, bugger, hang on a moment. Jeremy, your bloody gimps escaped. Delia? Delia, could you give me
Oh
a
my
little help?
god! Dude!
As I was saying, Jesus didn't like immigrants much, did he?
And just to be clear, you think it's the immigrants who are responsible for the moral decay?
Absolutely, Jeremy.
I don't know what to
Back in
do!
your box, Clive. Back in your box. Delia, I really could use
Ah!
this.
Darling, I was sparing the badgers.
Yes, I'm talking to Jeremy Donaldson. Clive, could you put him back in his box?
Oh, Clive, you know it's Wednesday. Can't you go back in your gimp space?
And whose responsibility is it to make a change, Bob?
Well, it is certainly not
I
the
don't know,
responsibility of the decent, good, white people of
Darling,
this...
where's the padlock?
Oh, hold on just a moment.
Oh, Clive, this simply won't do. Not
Clive, I am not having this again.
I can't show this on television!
You beast, Clive.
As I was saying, Jeremy, moral decay. Crime is the responsibility of the criminal, no one else. Look, everyone has a sob story, but we don't all end up as barbarians, do we? Look, when our daughter Alice comes home with an A-, does she go on a killing spree? No, she takes 3 of her pills and hides under the stairs like a normal child.
Hey, Bob Peel there, really locking down the police's position on morality for us.
The fuck?
And finally tonight, hopefully uninterrupted, it's time to get to the heart of the matter. Tony Dawson has recently been released from prison after serving 3 years for aggravated assault, burglary and menacing a swan. He's agreed to talk to us today, which is also, I believe, his birthday. Many happy returns, Tony.
Cheers, Jez. Call me Titwank Tony. Everybody else does.
No, I'm not going to be doing that. Can you tell us what it's like in prison, Tony?
Titwank Tony. Prison's a mixed bag. Structure's quite nice, but it's a constant battle against institutionalisation, as you can imagine. And obviously, titwanks are quite hard to come by.
I'm picking up that you're not alone there, Tony.
Titwank Tony. Yeah, sorry, my friends are throwing me a surprise party. Good bunch of lads.
Okay, well, we're trying to let you get back to that party as soon as possible.
Dude.
First, let me ask you this. Do you feel that your time spent in prison helped to rehabilitate you in any way, Tony?
Oh yeah.
Titwank Tony. I don't think it's as easy as that, Jez.
Sopen!
Yeah, I think asking that is an oversimplification.
It sounds like it's getting quite busy there, Tony, but let's
Oops,
try and
sorry.
soldier on. Since leaving custody, have you been able to find a new job?
Yeah, all the boys are here. Big Chris,
Oi, oi!
Little Chris, and Vampire Chris.
No! No!
One sec, love. Titwank Tony's on the news. Rehabilitation's difficult with the current
Dude,
system,
what
Jez.
the fuck?
Just got to sit up for it, you know? It's inherently unjust.
Sopen!
So, do you feel tempted to... I'm sorry, who's this?
Sopen!
You are joking. Chrissy Free Bollocks has only got Mr. Fancy, oh. Not now, fellas. I'm on the news.
It seems like we've caught you at a bad time.
The little boy.
Oh, I can't really hear you, mate. It's getting a bit busy here. Jesus.
Yes, we seem to be losing the signal
No
there, Tony.
fucking way. Let's believe that.
Well, we're just trying to get that signal back. I think we...
What?
Yes, Tony? Tony, I mean, we're literally away for 2 seconds. How does this happen, Tony? seem to have lost our a little. Hopefully you, the viewer at home, have managed to glean a broader understanding of the serious and complex issues around law and order. After
Oh
the
my
break,
God.
Megan will be live
Oh
with
my
some
God.
lucky young thespians. Don't go away. We'll be back after these messages.
1 minute back, everybody.
Mate, I ain't got long and I'm quite drunk. It's been a great night. In this next section, there's a bit of music. If you edit in time with the music, you can see the result on the vision mixer, and the public
Oh
will
my
love
God.
that. Don't worry if you don't know, you won't get punished for it or nothing. Just try and stay in the groove. Also, one last tip: when the music starts, turn down the broadcast volume. Right, enjoy the music bit. God, I love music. God, I'm so pissed. I think I might go and throw up in a bit.
I was listening.
One. That's right, little one. You don't want to be left out. Oh, Mr. Snugglehugs, you're so silly. 10 seconds, everybody.
We're going to open on Megan, camera 2. Going in 5, 4, 3.
Welcome's Black. I'm Megan Wolfe, and on tonight's Culture
Did you say
Spot, we'll be
Welcome's
chatting with
Black?
One of the first beneficiaries of the Assets and Wealth Act, a team of inspiring young people from Scritchford Sixth Form College who today received a grant from Advance to take their play, Hey, Friendship, on a tour of local secondary schools. Welcome to you all. Well, let's start with you two, Harriet and Charlotte Winstanley-Hamilton. Girls, you must be thrilled.
We are, Megan. We're overwhelmed, to be honest.
What the fuck is this
And I
first
believe
frame?
the two are sisters, is that right?
Yes, Charlotte's my
Shit.
oldest. I'm the older, more popular one. Only joking.
Harriet and Trey were really the ones who came up with the
I'm
whole
trying!
idea.
This is hard!
Harry and I were shooting the breeze in the cafeteria, and I said, hey,
The snuggle hug.
let's actually do something.
So I went to look for a drama teacher.
But she'd been laid off due to budget cuts. Fortunately, I directed a pantomime when I was at university, so I knew the ropes, as it were.
Right, yes, but you're the maths teacher, aren't you?
Yes, that's me, Jeff Algebra, maths teacher.
Maths is really important.
Oh, thanks, Steve.
Maths is really important.
Yeah, thanks, Steve.
As is theatre. It's one of the oldest art forms in history. Aristotle believed. I just think that when we travel around all these problem schools and the poor
Look at
kids
Black.
here, they say, hey, I really want to be like those attractive kids. And that's a very beautiful and powerful thing. We touch our audiences, and they touch us right back.
I suppose
What the
in a certain
fuck is
way,
that supposed to
like
mean?
Algebra, there was really only one choice of career for me. My wife, Angela, and I, we often laugh about it.
Angela Algebra.
Ah, fuck, I fucked up.
We just want to bring a bit of song and joy into people's lives.
And teach people about the difficult issues. The issues in the play are what really matter.
And I think you're going to be showing us an extract from this play, aren't you?
That's right. To put into context, I play a young first year who's having some troubles at school.
Her character doesn't actually have a name, yeah, because in a way she's like all of us.
It's like a metaphor. Maybe she's you at home, or like maybe she's you, Megan.
Maths is really important.
Yeah, thanks, Steve.
Put it in, coach.
Yes, thanks, Steve.
Right, well, I'm going to have a little chat with your teacher while you run off and get ready. I can't wait to see it. That's it, that way.
Oops, shit.
So, Jeff, when did you first hear about the grant?
2 days ago. A letter from Advance arrived at the school. Now, the headmaster thought it was all a prank, but his secretary retrieved it from his bin and brought it to me.
Wow, how did you react?
I also threw it in the bin. But then Harriet and Trey rescued it, and they rang the number at the bottom of the page, and next thing you know, we're on tour.
Wow. Well, I think we can all guess which way you'll be voting from now on.
Do you know what? It's funny because Angela and I don't usually vote. We're not very political. I'm a mathematician, of course, and she's a paraplegic mainly, but we
What
did
is
used
that?
to watch
What's a
that Peter
paraplegic?
Clements DIY show back
I know
in
it's
the
not
day,
good.
And so we thought, why not? Let's have a go at this whole democracy thing.
Okay.
And here we bally well are.
Good stuff.
Fucking brilliant!
So, let's have a look at a short section of Hey, Friendship.
Dear Diary, I'm not sure I can take another day at this school.
Oh my god.
Another day of tears. Tears. Another day of fears.
but still I walk the corridors alone. Alone. Dreading what might be around every corner.
What's around the corner? What's around the corner?
Oh, shit.
What's around the corner?
Oh, hi, Gary. Oh, heavens, no! It's Gary the Fist!
Gary the Fist!
Going somewhere, little first year?
Great. I've been looking for some poor victim to bully all morning. But will this make me feel better about my violent father? Violent father.
Excuse me, I'm late for maths. It's my favourite subject. And so important.
Maths is for losers. What? Maths is for losers.
My arm's stuck, coach.
Keep going, for fuck's sake!
Right, maths is for losers. Now, give me your lunch money.
Double lunch for me today, but why am I only truly happy when I'm eating?
Not today, Gary the Fist.
What do you mean, not today? Who are you? Oh, my arm's free, coach.
Brilliant, keep going.
Right, who are you to stand up to me? I'm Gary the Fist. And you're just a sad little girl with 2 gay dads who's all alone.
That's where you're wrong, Gary the Fist. These are my 2 new friends. Vanessa is captain of the netball team. Yeah. And Blake owns a motorbike.
Yeah.
But
He's gay as hell.
I can't fight all 3 of you. And I don't have any friends of my own.
What is this?
Take a look at me. Take a little look at my face. I could be you. She could be you. And you could be me.
Or you could be me.
Life can be peachy keen.
Fuck.
If you work as a team.
It's my choice to remain. So stop now, make a different choice.
Listen to that inner voice.
Fuck, dude.
Hey, listen up, I won't take no crap.
This one.
Who said middle class girls can't rap? I ain't afraid of your cruel laps. I'm a mother-loving rebel, but I still love maths.
Hey, kids, I'm Gary the Fist. People think that folks like me probably shouldn't exist. But that's just prejudice, and I'd do better if you knew the way that I became Gary the Fist. I grew up on a council estate. The park was hip, but the flats weren't great. My dad used to come home drunk and late, and he'd hit my mum and for dinner he had to wait. Where's my dinner?
It's not ready.
Where's my dinner, woman? Don't make me ask you again.
Hitting women is wrong.
I guess life's pretty hard.
I mean, yeah, but like, what?
Pretty hard on a council estate. Life's 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 pretty hard on a council estate. It's so damn hard on a council estate.
Life can be peachy keen.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
If you work as a team.
Just work as a team.
It's your choice to be me.
It's my choice.
This is so dumb.
Stop now, make a different choice.
Listen to that inner voice.
Friendship!
Yes! Oh.
Well, thankfully that's all we have time for tonight on the National Nightly News.
Oh my
Join
god.
us tomorrow night for all the headlines from across the country. My name's Jeremy Donaldson. Have a peaceful night.
And we're out.
Oh, that
Oh my god. Okay, now I'm gonna catch
What
up on the
fuck
things.
was that?
I
believe that was art.
Violet.
I believe I've got a 14-inch cock, but doesn't make it so.
I have a similar belief about an adequate paycheck.
Oh, someone please get these twats out of my studio.
Twats out of my studio. I did not do that good. The interview one, like the Zoom call kind of one. Uh-oh, the Illuminati's not going well. But yeah, the Zoom call one, I was just freaking the fuck out on.
All that, and Megan Wolf with a group of young actors already experiencing the positive side of the new Assets and Wealth Act firsthand. They'll be talking and performing later. That's all coming up on tonight's National Nightly News.
30 seconds back, everybody. Can we get the gets in quickly, please?
We actually had to make the book indestructible because people tried to set it on fire too much. It's like
Thanks for coming on.
bonfires.
Thanks for having me.
But, Alan James, no doubt you've read my stuff.
I try not to, if I'm honest.
Behave.
You're not the boss of me.
I literally am. 10 seconds, everybody. We're going in 5, 4,
Take
3,
that fucking book away.
2.
Thank you.
In the wake of the government's swift enactment of the Assets and Wealth Act, we're talking about Advance's first week in office.
Okay, can we get the Law and Order, please?
I'm just saying I'll do what I can, that's all.
Bullshit, you will. She's good. You know she is.
I've said I put a word in, that's all I can do.
10 seconds, everybody. Is little JD scared of the big bird caught? 5, 4, 3.
Welcome back. In our second segment,
Okay.
first up, we have Gregory Judge, a lawyer who sees the problems close up on the front line. Can you hear me, Gregory?
Yes, I've got you, Jeremy. Thanks for having me.
What's it like on the front line of the hard face of the cold hand of justice?
Well, as you can imagine, Jeremy, we are massively understaffed in this country. We're working every hour.
We can just to try and cope with the caseloads on our backs, which must affect the quality of support, you know. Or we can barely keep up with demand, Jeremy. There simply isn't enough being done at a systemic level to relieve the problem.
We need more support from ministers. Helen, what are you doing? We need change at a structural level,
I'm
Jeremy.
leaving, Greg.
Not a good time, darling.
It never is it? I'll be at my mother's.
Just hang on. The problem isn't a local one, Jeremy. It's nationwide. Just give me 5 minutes. I'm talking to Jeremy Donaldson.
Oh, have you mentioned your affairs?
No. Well, the affairs of the Justice Department that we should be concerned about.
Hello, Mr. Donaldson.
Hello, Mrs. Judge.
We need legislation to relieve the pressure on our public
Sorry
servants.
to interrupt the news, Mr. Donaldson. Can I have a moment to tell my husband I'm leaving him?
Yes, I totally understand. Quite the picture of a burdened legal sector there. Gregory Judge, thank you for joining us. Next, I'm joined by Police Chief Constable Bob Peel, a man with a very different perspective on our nation's
I would have
crime.
expected this from your sister.
Do you think there's a problem with the system,
When are
Bob?
you going to realise
I'm sure we all do, Jeremy. I'm sure we all long for a return to the
slept
days
with
when
her
we could
sister.
be
Very aware.
risk of being terrorised by some thug with a knife. Or kosh.
So you
He
feel the streets
slept
simply
with their
aren't safe
sister.
anymore? Where have we gone wrong, Bob?
Oh
Well,
boy.
that's not a simple question, Jeremy, but I think it all comes down to moral decay. We've diluted our culture and lost touch with what it means to be a citizen of this once great
Their fight
country.
wasn't much.
Also, as the vicar noted in Sunday's sermon, we probably shouldn't have banned hanging.
And to what do you attribute this
That's
moral
a
decay?
little-
Foreigners, gays and gypsies mainly. It's all
The
in the Bible.
gays!
Look, Leviticus
Yeah!
clearly states that... Oh,
He's gay as
right,
hell.
Hang on a moment. Jeremy, a bloody gimp's escaped. Delia? Delia, could you give me a little help, please, dear? As I was saying, Jesus didn't like immigrants much, did he?
And just to be clear, you think it's the immigrants who are responsible for the moral decay?
Absolutely, Jeremy. Bringing your box life back, back in your box. Delia, I really could use a little help with this.
Oh, sorry, darling. I was spaying the badgers.
Yes, I'm talking to Jeremy Donaldson. Clive, could you put him back in the box?
Oh, Clive, you know it's Wednesday.
You know it's Wednesday.
And whose responsibility is it to make a change, Bob?
Well, it is certainly not the responsibility of the decent, good, white people of
Darling,
this...
where's the padlock?
Oh, hold on just a moment.
Oh, Clive!
The fishnets! What a queen!
Clive, I am not having this again.
Mummy said get back in your clothes. No! Naughty! You beast, Clive!
As I was saying, Jeremy, moral decay. Crime is the responsibility of the criminal, no one else. Look, everyone has a sob story, but we don't all end up as barbarians, do we? When our daughter Alice comes home with an A-, does she go on a killing spree? No, she takes 3 of her pills and hides under the stairs like a normal child.
Thank you, Bob. Bob Pilgrim, really locking down the police's position on morality for us.
There we go. In you are. Good boy.
Look, I spoke to Mallory at the bridge club.
No, naughty boy.
She says the hall is absolutely fine for Sunday.
Oh, marvellous. Now, I booked your mother in for a hearing test.
Oh, did you?
Yes, I did. Now, how's your IBS been?
Okay,
Which is also,
Tony.
I believe, his birthday. Many happy returns, Tony.
Cheers, Jez.
I think he's responsible.
Call me Titwank Tony. Everybody else does.
No, I'm not going to be doing that. Can you tell us what it's like in prison, Tony?
Titwank Tony. Prison's a mixed bag. Structure's quite nice, but it's a constant battle against institutionalization.
Is the birthday sign written in blood?
Titwanks are quite hard to come by.
I'm picking up that you're
I'm
not
noticing
alone
at
there,
the
Tony.
end of the Y, there's a handprint.
Yeah, sorry, my friends are throwing me a surprise party. Good bunch of lads.
Okay, well, we're trying to
What kind
get
of
back
pizza
to
did he
that
buy?
party as soon as possible.
Kinda looks
First,
like
let me
Jets.
ask you this. Do you feel that your time spent
There's
in
some
prison
British
helped
pizza.
to rehabilitate you in any way,
Which
Tony?
is fine.
Titwank Tony.
Hey!
I don't think it's as easy as that, Jez.
Sopen!
Yeah, I think asking that is an oversimplification.
It sounds like it's getting quite busy there, Tony, but let's try and soldier on. Since leaving custody, have you been able to find a new job?
Yeah, all the boys are here. There's Big Chris, Little Chris, and Vampire Chris.
Fucking boombox.
Yep. One sec, love. Titwank Tony's on the news. Rehabilitation's difficult with the current system, Jez. It's just not set up for it, you know? It's inherently unjust.
Oh my gosh.
So, do you feel tempted to... I'm sorry, who's this guy?
You are joking. Chrissy Free Bollocks has only got Mr. Fancy, oh. Not now, fellas. I'm on the news.
It seems like we've caught you at a bad time.
For the little boy?
Oh, I can't really hear you, mate. It's getting a bit busy here. Jesus.
Yes, we...
Was that a pirate? Oh, it's a mariachi band.
Well, we're just trying to get that signal back. I think we... Yes, Tony?
Oh.
Tony, I mean, we're literally away for 2 seconds. How does this happen, Tony? Can you hear me? Well, we seem to have lost our train of thought.
Is the giraffe white girl twerking? What is happening? I know. Oh yeah, Knight totally got a hold of that crown on again. Let's keep going. He got hold of the Koran and he made a sign for Tony. I think he got a hold of more of just a crayon. Yeah, but no, I think that was blood. I think Hamilton man called the election after sex scandal led to calls for his resignation. That might be related to that guy. Whatever. Day 9. Day 15. Late night. Let us out, Tony! Tony! You get to the theater slightly early, and Sam's already there, waiting waiting, dressed to the nines. Sheesh! You smile widely as you join hands and take your seats in the private box. You certainly could get used to this. The tickets arrived on your doormat on Monday with a typed thank you from Chris. You'll get your passport back soon enough, apparently. The show isn't your usual taste. A pretentious opera in a language you know for a fact that Chris doesn't speak either. Still complimentary drinks sure go down smooth. Oh boy, the stroke I am having. When the show finally ends, how many bows do these people need? You stand in a line and get your coats, and Sam has you increases with a hilarious impression of the conductor, arms flailing wildly. A couple in front of you are talking about the relocation of people who couldn't pay their new tax bills. It sounds awful. Sam smiles gratefully at you as you both think of Chris safe and sound. When you get home, you're still laughing as Sam heads upstairs to shower before bed. You notice your 14-year-old son isn't home, and a note on the kitchen table in his almost illegible scrawl. It says he's at a friend's house. You trust Charlie, he'll be home soon. It's one night. He's got to start taking responsibility for his own decisions sometime. What's the worst that could happen? He's probably dead. You know, he's probably dead now. A call home from school. Oh. Your family oh boy. Your family answering machine crackles into life. Who could be calling while you and your spouse were at work? Good afternoon. This is a message for the Winston family. It's Miss Smith calling regarding your son, Charles. The tiny old tiny old woman goes on. I'm sure there's a perfectly reasonable explanation for it. But he wasn't in school today, and we hadn't heard from you that he would be absent. I'd like to remind you we do require absence to be authorized in advance, or in exceptional circumstances for a parent to ring first thing in the morning. Please see to it that it doesn't happen again. Thank you. Goodbye. Someone has some explaining to do. My son has gone missing. A gentle reminder. What? Okay. My son is so dead. It's 100%. You're leafing through the pile of accumulated post. Each new bill puts your gut like a lead weight until a flash of blue makes you pause. Recognizing the teal advance logo on the envelope, you tear it open. Dear Winston residents, this is your second reminder letter regarding the assets and wealth redemption scheme. Please submit your passport to the nearest government office as soon as possible in order to register for the scheme. Why do they call it a scheme? Like, straight up. You cannot receive your share of the national rebate without submitting these documents. You knew there would be consequences, but that doesn't make it any easier. We work as a team, and we reward as a team. Forwards together. Julia and Peter. Chris is safe. That's all that matters, you hope. A tight Christmas. Sheesh! You can't help but crack a smile as you look around the table. The snow is settled in the grass outside. The kids are pulling a cracker while your elderly mother tries to keep her eyes open. You always did have a soft spot for Christmas. You were sitting at the head of the table at your dad's place. That's why it's a scheme, because they called it a scheme. Across from you is Chris's empty seat, of course. Probably a tropical beach somewhere, you think. You catch Sam's eye, who breaks into a smile, clearly thinking about the same thing. Even without Chris, the food has had to be stretched a little thinner for this year, but no one seems to notice. Christmas can really be a wonderful time of year. Look around a room at your family. Having a nice Christmas, Grandma. Your mother smiles proudly at you, just like she used to. Yes, Pat, absolutely lovely. Sam softly corrects her. That's Alex, Cassandra. Alex, Pat's not with us anymore. Holy shit! Oh, yes, yes, of course, she mutters, and immediately goes back to the frail shadow of her former self. Sam smiles kindly and squeezes your hand under the table. Squeezes your thigh. Sheesh. Make a toast. Merry Christmas to everyone. I'm glad we're all here. Well, most of us. There are murmurs of cheers and clinking of glasses. Your daughter Susan seizes the opportunity to corner you. Oh, God. Pat's dead for some reason. You know how you love me? Raise a questioning eyebrow. I'm not going to like this, am I? You joke. You know how my friends are planning on going traveling this year? Well, I was hoping you'd help me with the money. I laugh. I knew it. I'm a mind reader. You chuckle as your 19-year-old daughter rolls her eyes. She's 19? Pat, you good, Grandma? Grandma bugging. You wish you could say yes without worrying, but now that your mother's had to move in, things aren't quite as simple anymore. Just how much are we talking here? Only a few hundred, she mumbles, as she pushes a stray pea across her plate. It takes a great effort for you to not spit your mulled wine across the table onto your elderly mother. I know that's a lot, darling, Sam interjects, but trains are expensive. This is a great opportunity for her, and I did already. She said she could go. We're right. Make it work somehow. Happy holidays. I got the achievement. Susie's grin stretches from ear to ear. You mean it? That's so great. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. As the mood soars as Sam puts a paper hat on your head, and Charlie takes pleasure in reading everyone's god-awful cracker jokes. The room is filled with voices and laughter. You look around at your grinning family. Your mother whispers, your father would be so pleased. You dab your eye with a napkin. Fucking Christ, Mother. You are very lucky. Okay. Mother getting kind of bugging. A long weekend. Oh. Huh? Oh, it's a suitcase zipper. Thank God. Why does the zip on this damn case never close? It's your anniversary. Every year you and Sam go away for the weekend, usually camping. You're not made of money. You've been looking forward to it for ages. Finally getting some time alone together where you can forget about the noises of life. No kids, no work. Just a bit of romance and some peace and quiet. The zip finally gives up in the battle you drag and gives up the battle and you drag the bulging suitcase down the stairs. The answer machine is blinking on the hall table. Good evening, Alex. This is Mr. Bossman. I'm calling to inform you that you'll be required to work this weekend. Your heart sinks. Some information has come to light concerning the rising tensions between our nation and foreign powers. The National Nightly News team will be working around the clock to ensure we break the story first. Needless to say, I expect you to attend this tomorrow morning, 8 a.m. sharp. Have a pleasant evening, Alex. Shock turns into annoyance and fury. What are you going to tell Sam? Sam comes downstairs, brimming with excitement, kissing you. He grabs the car keys and from the dish and starts to load your bags into the back. Apologize profusely to your spouse, but you really should go to work. Bossman's temper is legendary. You're going to go, aren't you? The voice behind you makes you whip around, and you nod simply. I get it. Your family has always been the priority, but sometimes work has to come first. You should go. Sam pulls you close and holds you tight. A wave of gratitude washes over you. You unpack in disappointed silence. That's so nice of her! Fucking legend of a woman. A permission slip. Can I play the game? I know I'm playing it, but Jesus Christ. Your son Charlie hovers at your elbow as you read. Do you find yourself striving to achieve? Are you an active member of the team? Do you like reaping? Oh God. Do you like reaping the benefits of cooperation? Join the Advanced Go-Getters today. Forwards together. This doesn't sound like a youth club he told you about. Charlie grabs the flyer from you and thrusts the form into your hand. So I could walk there straight from school, and Ben's sister can drop us home after. So you won't have to do anything. You sign the permission slip for your son to join the Advanced Go-Getters. Your son is thrilled. It's heartwarming to see him so passionate about becoming an active part of the community. This can only be a good thing. Ooh, I see you standing here. What the fuck? Some guys at work gave them to me. They can't go. Sam stands right in front. Sam in front of you, brandishing 2 tickets. You see the title in bold letters. Alan James is right in front of you. I'm really unsure. What do you think? Shall we go? Free tickets are free tickets. I mean, he's for nut job, so why not? The show entrance is but much less funny than you thought. He's a powerful public speaker, and something about it sticks in your mind. Lying in bed that night, you wide awake, long after Sam's breathing turns heavy, it hits you. It was the crowd, not laughing, but roaring. Can I please, do my job now? Hello? A profitable partnership. Whoo! I am gonna go apeshit! I'm really fucking hungry. Whatever. After a particularly long day at work, you come home to find the post sorted into piles, as Sam has taken to doing recently. Most of it is usual rubbish, but a letter with the increasingly familiar Advance logo and urgent respond immediately plastered on the front of, and a corresponding urgent red font grabs your attention. Such a gamer moment. Dear Winston residents, this is a letter to inform you that the advanced government has taken another step forwards in our fight for equality. Yeah, trans rights. By nationalizing the largest private corporations and redistributing their resources among citizens in a great country. Partnership Bonds program ensures the wealth created by the people is delivered to the people. You don't remember this being such a something? I don't remember what it said. Every household will become a partner in one of these 3 carefully selected institutions, chosen by Advance for consistent high performance and financial security. These guys were struggling earlier. Please note, all returns are based on public opinion and cannot be guaranteed. Please select one of the following. It's always a steal from Crazy Neil. I'm sorry. Thank you for making your selection. Please return this form using the envelope provided. You will receive a report from your partnership in 3 to 6 working months. Months! Seems Advance can't defeat the quagmire of governmental bureaucracy. That's... We love it, but do we love the government? No! We do not love the government. My hair's getting in my face. The future of this nation is in partnership. Forwards together. Julia and Peter. How much could this influence could you have? Can I just do one more day? One more day. 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 One more day! I can boost the audio. Oh. Okay. The Tempest. Finally.
Good evening, Alex. It's Boozman here.
Boozman.
While you're powering up and getting the adverts loaded, I thought I should just tell you that we've had one of those public information films from the government, and it's mandatory that you play it. You still have a free choice for the other two, so read those tape labels carefully. But make sure you play the advance advert, preferably at the second break. Right, that's the lot. Have a great show. Total pimp. My God, that weather looks nasty.
Get the fuck out of my fucking
Oh,
face.
how's it going with Steve? Why are all men such pricks?
That well, eh?
Apparently he has a complicated relationship with his fish.
No.
Sorry, are you saying he chose his imaginary friend in the sky over you?
I don't know why I talk to you.
You're probably just a really awful date.
10 seconds, everybody. Like I said, all of you.
Did your personality accidentally slip out?
Pricks. Going in 5, 4,
Who's talking
3.
Good evening. I'm Jeremy Donaldson.
And I'm Megan Wolfe. Our main stories tonight.
Uncooperative. A mysterious symbol has appeared overnight on thousands of buildings throughout the capital.
Tonight, in an exclusive live interview with Prime Ministers Julia Salisbury and Peter Clement, I'll be asking what this mysterious symbol might mean.
Critics have been quick to dismiss the graffiti as a publicity stunt or an act of frustration by a tiny disorganized group of those who will never, under any circumstances, be content.
We shall overcome.
Fuck.
Trapped in Dante's taint for more than a month now, doctors Ingrid Svorsborg and Horgensvoord and David Wong announced today that they're considering 2 possible options.
With 2 of the finest minds in science working together, hopes are still high for the eventual return of the team to dry land.
Without enough engineers to successfully fix their craft, the team seem likely to attempt to farm the
Is this a
cabin's
good idea? Is it a good
ecosystem
one?
while they wait for rescue from above ground. I think I'll stick to risotto, Jeremy.
Bearing their opinions, the formerly rich are fighting
Those
back
fuckers.
with a naked protest.
Our very own Robin Short was on hand earlier today when this new protest group first presented themselves.
Spokesman Wentworth Somerset Bentley said today, "They've had the shirts off our backs. They might as well have the rest of it too." And while it's easy to laugh, perhaps we should all just be pondering how desperate the formerly rich are to regain their power.
Table for 2. Johnny Hamsleeves and Tiffany Lamore were spotted having a private moment out at lunch today.
The popular couple have certainly been on a roller coaster since they started dating late last year. And this image is sure to place them firmly back in the tabloids.
Could we be on the verge of the biggest celebrity wedding since professional wrestler Randy Grizzlenuts McFridge married his longtime tag team partner Tina Tiny Hands last year in a wrestling ring made entirely of cake?
Is this once celebrated role model about to become the bad boy of sport?
And onwards and upwards. In an attempt to put the Mr. Snugglehugs disaster behind them, Remington's Fist CEO Sophia Remington today announced a brand new product that already has the markets buzzing with interest.
This groundbreaking product came as quite a shock when it was revealed earlier today. though its critics are sceptical that the young CEO can fulfill her promises.
Described as a breakthrough
What
far
did I-
ahead of its time, the male contraceptive pill is heralding a sexual revolution. Its fans are
How do you
celebrating
go
the fact
from a
that men
Mr.
can finally
Snugglehugs
take
to
equal
this?
responsibility for contraception, but others have expressed concerns over its safety and side effects.
With that exclusive Prime Ministerial interview coming up later,
And our very own Patrick Bannon coming to you live from the first annual Sports Board final.
you won't want to miss a second of tonight's National Nightly News.
Okay. Oh, there's a different cast.
First tonight, after the Christmas horror caused by Mr. Snugglehugs, we have an exclusive interview with one of the victims.
Poor 7-year-old Timmy Tadlock, like so many of those affected by the Christmas bloodbath,
What?
has spent the last 3 months undergoing a series of reconstructive facial surgeries.
Last week, joyfully, he spoke for the first time since the tragedy.
What?
Tonight, he talks to us.
Before we go to the interview, however, this station would like to issue a full and frank apology for any part we may have played in the tragedy. We should never have advertised Mr. Snugglehugs. Without our publicity, the sheer scale of this tragedy, and now upwards of 8,000 casualties, might have been averted.
On behalf of the Nightly News team, we're sorry.
In future, we will do better.
Now it's over to Robin Short at the Tadlock family home. Robin?
Thank you, Megan.
Shit.
I'm here with Mr. and Mrs. Tadlock and their 7-year-old son.
Oh my
Timothy.
God.
Thanks for spending time with us today.
Yes, well, you're bloody lucky we're spending any time with you at all, after what you lot did. Irresponsible. I mean, whose idea was this anyway?
It's all right. It wasn't your fault. As you can see, Megan, there's still a few open wounds here. I'll tread carefully. I'm going to speak to Timmy now. Hello, Timmy. Can you see me?
Mummy, who's that lady?
It's the lady from television, Timothy. She's going to ask you a few questions.
And you be careful now, it upsets him to remember.
Don't worry, Mr. Tadlock. I wasn't the youngest ever editor of the Swinstead Middle School Inquirer for no reason. So, Timmy, can you tell us what happened to you? You had just unwrapped Mr. Snugglehugs, hadn't you? Was he under the tree?
Yes, I could smell him already. He smelled
Smell
like
him.
Ah, yes, that'll be the fur. Scented with hoof.
I was so excited. I ran up to my room and gave him a big hug. He was so soft and warm, like our cat, before he got in the way of Daddy's Porsche.
Bloody cat with a death
Oh my God! Not the
His
Porsche.
eyes and said, "You're my very best friend." But I sure wish Mrs. Snugglehugs was here, and she can't be, for just $89.99. And then it's the general error. 41.
And is that when he burst into flames?
Careful.
And then he exploded.
Oh, look, I've asked you nicely.
And am I right in saying that one of his real action eyes is now permanently embedded in your cheek?
Yes. When I took him in at night, it glows through bandages. I know it's under there, staring at me.
Yeah, some of the other children have started calling him Timmy Three Eyes. And with his glasses, that's 5.
It's too many eyes, Robin.
And what's the last thing you remember before the darkness overtook you?
He looked at me with his one eye and laughed. Laughed as he burned.
Holy shit.
Very traumatic. Do you have nightmares?
All right, that's quite enough of
Timmy?
you two coming in here with your camera trying to make a buck out of our suffering. I won't have it.
Mr. Tadlock, just a couple more questions. Timmy, do you think you will ever be what we can call
No, you've had your
normal
questions.
again?
And
Ooh.
now look. Oh, you've made him cry with all 3 of his eyes.
Calm down, you're scared. Do you think your parents will ever really love you?
Oh my God! Stop.
So there you have it, Megan. Just one of the many victims of an unfortunate tragedy that has shaken our nation. Back to you.
Thank you, Robin. Harrowing stuff.
And many questions to be answered by Sophia Remington in the coming days and months, I'd wager. How will she turn this crisis around?
So, Jeremy, what are the
Dude,
warning
what the
signs a consumer should look out for when they're spotting a dangerous toy?
Well, Megan, experts advise to always check for the new Advance mark, which guarantee a level of safety and quality.
Yeah, can we just get a close-up on camera 3 here? So if we take a look at this National Nightly News mug, you should see the mark just on the base of it there.
In the wake of the scandal, the government were praised for their swift response in bringing in this set of stringent checks and new products.
It certainly is good to know that someone's watching out for our families. When we come back, our very own Patrick Bannon will be live from the Sports Board finals. Stick around, you won't want to miss it.
We'll be back after these messages.
1 minute back.
Oh, sorry, I'm bursting.
She's very good. Megan.
Yes, she is.
Watch your back, Jeremy. The women are coming.
I'm more worried about this water dipping onto my head.
Alex, Boson, we're getting reports in that naked protesters might try and spoil the sports board final by waving their fleshy bits about. Try and make sure you don't broadcast it. It's 6 p.m. for God's sake. No one wants to see fannies on the news.
6 p.m.
Out.
We have even got shrubbery. You want to sling a hammock? We'll throw in the trees for free. You need a sleeping bag? We've got men's sleeping bags, boys' sleeping bags, couples' sleeping bags, you could sleep it upside down with just your feet out. We got beds you could sleep out on your front back.
That's what it says.
You got
Yes, I understand that, but I always say welcome back.
I think we should just keep it as it is.
Well, of course you do. I've got one hack line.
What's that supposed to mean? I didn't write it, Jeremy.
That's all right, fine. Jenny, there's something wrong with the auto cue.
10 seconds.
Oh, I just felt a drip again. Have they not fixed this?
I want to see us fry. It's good for the ratings.
5, 4, 3.
Welcome back to the National Nightly News. I'm Megan Wolfe. Coming up later, we'll be speaking to the Prime Ministers about their exciting new healthcare facilities, transition centres.
Nice to see they care.
You're absolutely right, Jeremy. But first, we're going now to our own Patrick Bannon, who's reporting live from the finals of the new game that's gripping the nation, Sports Board. Patrick?
That's right, Megan. You join me live here from the final of the first annual Sports Board Championship. It's been a hotly contested competition so far. I think it's fair to say these two have been dancing around each other all season. First up, we have Eddie Striker. She's the more experienced of our two players today. Striker has got an accuracy of 7, a danger rating of K, and a 12 driving band. Striker's known for her signature move, the lanky hamster. And facing her tonight, hoping to prove himself with a career record of 12 outs, 14 finishes, and a divorce pending, it's Mr. Wingspan himself, Tommy, the Fingernail Harris. Just waiting on the ref now. The slapping ceremony is taking part. Still going on. And, Striker, of course, first to start as she won the trivia round earlier on by some margin. Harris, perhaps the brawn and not the brain. Stupid. Eddie Striker. Nice start there from Striker. She's determined not to let the nerves show. Not after last time.
What is happening?
On to Mr. Harris now. Tommy. Using his arm to pick up the ball.
Bonkers.
Not a bad shot there from Harris. Back to Striker for shots number 3. All right. She's gone to sort of throwing it under her legs. Not bad, if you ask me.
Was there contact? Don't know why you complained. To Harris.
Bit of business with the ref, but it got sorted out. Back to Harris now. A ball in the hand is worth 2 in the bush.
Football. Move back.
I'd say that's fair, but what do I know?
He moved his
no, and Harris is not going to be happy with that. So really not a good start there for Tommy Harris in round 1. We can only hope that round 2 treats him a bit better. But first, of course, after the argument with the ref section, it's time to change ends. Now we have the ceremonial changing of the ends.
What is happening?
And of course, now they go back to the starting positions, as that makes sense. Striker giving it large.
Second round, double. Harris.
We're into round 2 now with Harris. Okay, we seem to have some sort of streak on the pitch. Apologise if we broadcast any of that stuff. She appears to have slogans across her breasts and arse. Try and ignore all of that. Security, I'm sure we're going to take them out as soon as possible. Apologise if we broadcast any of that. As I said, we're going to get the situation resolved as soon as possible. They're trying to carry on play, but it's proving a bit difficult, and I'm struggling to follow. Because it's quite an eyesore, and women's body. Yeah. All right, great. Okay, so
Jesus Christ! Don't get sexist now.
Determined to close that massive gap. Eddie Striker. No, it's just some of the tightest play I've seen ever. Harris. And was that offensive thumb screw? We haven't seen that since the Heats. What a brilliant move. Back to Striker. And we know what that means, ladies and gentlemen. That is, of course, the ground sound. Excellent bit of play here on both sides of the bucket. I don't know about you at home, but I'm finding the technical mastering display here absolutely blooming jaw-dropping. The ref has spotted something in Harris's neck or head. And Harris is having an absolute shocker. What a miserable start there for Tommy Harris. But he is a late bloomer, of course, we've always said that. And after all, it is a game of 2 halves. 4 rounds and 7 subgenres. But now, of course, it's time for the half-time show. Sponsored by Remington Smith.
On my whistle, on my whistle.
Nice piece of music here to start the half-time show. Okay, another posh protester loose on the court here. We can only apologise for that. We'll do our best to shield you from having to look directly at it. Is running around here with his genitals on display for all to see. And ruining what was shaping up to be quite the dance interlude there. Now he's thrusting himself in Harris's face. Security is on it. And the bucket has been knocked over. I cannot stand it when the bucket gets knocked over. Hopefully he'll get taken out now. Genitals flying around.
Shit! Shit! Fucking Christ, that's so hard! Oh, she is Zagreus. Sorry, I didn't see that.
Boy cannot be in the final pose.
And a lovely finish there on both sides of the bucket. I wouldn't like to call that one. And as we head into round 3, I'd love to know what's going on in these 2 players' heads. But unfortunately, because of science, we can't.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Not bad. Well, that ball boy's giving me the eye all day. I don't know what's going on there. Striker there, not a great start. She looks a bit flustered, I think, after all that swinging around. Back to Harris here. God, what I wouldn't give to be that ball. Am I right, ladies? Tommy Harris. And it dribbled down his arm, which is actually a really good move, because, of course, if it dribbles down his arm and goes on the floor, it's not going in the bucket.
Is the goal not to go in the bucket?
And Striker's gone for the animal bonus there, but of course, perhaps... And yes, Harris has counted with a tiny bell. That is wonderful play. Of course, we've seen that before. Look at her face. She is absolutely gutted. What a mud. That could have been the clincher. What a massive shame.
Harris receives possession now.
Harris to serve now. Harris, of course, undefeated by Kestrel in his last 4 battles. So, here we go. Tommy Harris. That's all right. Not bad there. He threw it quite far away from him, which is quite a good idea. Very clever there. Perhaps a little contact, a caution from the referee, who's being, if you ask me, a little bit harsh. Ellie Striker.
Ellie Striker.
And she's let the nerves get to her. What the hell was that? You hate to see it, don't you? You cannot believe it. Oh, for God's sake. Okay.
Oh God, oh God, oh God, oh God, oh God.
Now, I don't know what I can be doing about this. I mean, there's sort of breasts and genitals for all to see. I mean, there's only so much I can do. They're sort of everywhere, aren't they? All right, I'll try and carry on. The players are trying to carry on, but of course it's difficult because these protesters, hopefully we can get them taken off soon so we can carry on with the match. Nonsense is going on here.
Sorry.
Yes.
We want our money.
Yes, very good. Take them away. Bloody wasters. Absolute wasters. Oh, Jog on!
This is the mime round.
It's an absolute bloody... Okay, and now we're going to go into the final round. And of course, as it's a Tuesday, the final round is a mime round. Who could believe it?
Okay.
Nice imaginary shot there from Harris. It really could go anywhere at this point. Really high-level play here from two absolute juggernauts of the sport.
Hold.
The bucket getting moved back to its proper place. About time, if you ask me. She's juggling it around from her hands. Interesting. And she's put it in her mouth like as if it was an egg. And now she's and she's spat it out. She did the egg spit. So a wonderful move there, quite late on.
Illegal spit.
From Striker. But she's in it to win it.
Harris's ball.
On it like a car bonnet.
Illegal spit. Illegal spit.
Tommy Harris here, having a bit of beef.
Wrong on camera every time.
And he's peeling it as if it were a banana, which is an interesting move. Not sure if he hasn't had his potassium or what's going on today with Harris. And he's trying to... And the banana was the ball! What a fantastic move there from Harris. Unfortunately, that is the end. What a pathetic... There we go, Jeremy, that is over. How can he look his 8-year-old son in the face tonight? What a lump. We just have to wait for the referee now to announce it to make sure it is all official.
Contestants in, please.
I would get fucking annoyed by that whistle instantly.
And the winner of the first annual Sports Board Championship is... everyone!
Okay, the ref has decreed once again a win for everyone, including me as my 15th win in the Sports Board Championship. I'm going to be celebrating tonight with my wife and children. Another wonderful victory for me. Here come the on-site security to collect their medals, their 6th and 7th respectively. And thanks again for watching the Sports Board Championships. What more is there to say? I'm Patrick Bannon. Looking forward to celebrating tonight. And all that's left to say, Jeremy, is back to you in the studio.
Patrick Bannon there had an extraordinary fight.
Historic sports board, Jeremy.
I didn't know you were a fan.
Oh, yeah, I can wrench a doubler with the best of them, I'll have you know.
I certainly wouldn't bet against you.
When we come back, I'll be talking live with Prime Ministers Julia Salisbury and Peter Clement, who apparently have a big announcement you wouldn't want to miss.
That's coming up after these messages.
1 minute back.
Fucking microphone struck me.
What?
Fucking microphone just struck me. Where's that sound guy?
Uh-oh.
Everything okay?
Oh, the mics are just trying to kill us now, apparently.
You'll be fine. You're unshockable.
I'm immune to your cheap flattery.
I'm wearing you down.
Shit, bro.
Just heard from the chaps in maintenance. The storm is playing havoc with the electrics, and you might notice the odd spark. Nothing to worry about. Happens all the time. Dave got shocked into a coma last year, but he was up and at 'em the next day. Anyway, our compensation package is parallel to none. Good luck. Bozeman out.
Sorry about all these buckets. We seem to have sprung a leak. Well, several, actually.
You're going to need a whole new lining up there.
We'll look into it.
Minister, it's so good to see you again.
Miss Wolfe, your star seems to be in the ascendant.
It's a great time to be alive.
Too bloody right, Peter Clement.
Megan Wolfe.
My, but that's a firm handshake you've got there.
She's tougher than she looks. Am I here?
Here, with Mr. Clement on your left.
Right you are, pet.
Pet.
Is your seat damp?
10 seconds, everybody.
No, mine's fine. Have you had a little accident?
Cheeky cow.
5, 4,
Cheeky cow.
3.
Welcome back. I am delighted to be joined by Prime Ministers Julia Salisbury and Peter Clement. Welcome to the National Nightly News, Prime Minister.
I showed them backwards.
It's just Julia and Peter.
We don't believe much in titles. It doesn't seem very advanced.
We're delighted to be here.
Well, firstly, I should ask how you feel about the graffiti that's been springing up across the capital. Should we be worried?
Oh, no, you definitely shouldn't be worried.
Well, not unless you've got a fatal paint allergy anyway.
But yes, it does seem that there are still some people we haven't been able to help.
You know, whingers mostly.
People who've yet to benefit from the many advantages of the new future.
And you know, Megan, as my old mum used to say, there are some pissants who just don't know how to be happy.
We're working hard to reach these people, find out what they're angry about and how we can help. the door to my government is always open.
Someone's dripping on me.
Oops.
But we didn't come here to talk about what may yet turn out to be some alternative arts project.
Which we no doubt will have funded.
When we want to talk to the
Oh my
nation
gosh, my
about
throat is
something
killing me.
far more exciting.
Yes, your office briefed us that you have an announcement to make, but they were being surprisingly secretive about it.
Let me ask you a question, Megan.
Oh, okay, it's not usually how it works, but...
What scares you?
Oh.
I mean, really scares you?
It's death, Pet. She's talking about death.
We're all afraid of our deaths. It's part of being human.
Sorry, are you saying that Advance have cured death?
That'll be a vote winner. Yep, that was definitely a drop there.
But while we may not have cured death, we hope we found a way to make it much less scary.
And much less painful and much less expensive. Look, which is me close-up camera?
Oh, sorry, yes, it's camera 4 right there.
When I was 13, my mum came and got me from school. He had to go to the hospital. My granddad, he'd collapsed that morning, so we'd all to say our goodbyes. I went in to see him. He were all frail and pale. And I was scared because I'd only seen him the week before, and he'd been fit as fiddle.
Fit as fiddle.
And he
It's
said
fit
to
as
me,
a fiddle.
Peter,
Fucking monkey.
he said, it's the right time. I don't ever want to be a burden to the people I love.
Was that the last time you saw him?
Nope. 3 days later, he were back home. He lived with us for 9 miserable years after that. He had to be fed with a rubber spoon. He had a commode, so he'd just take a shit right there in the lounge while we were watching football. He wouldn't even wait till half-time.
Sounds...
It was awful. It were awful for us, and this is the point. It were awful for him. He could see it was destroying me, man, watching him slowly fade away, and he would beg her to turn off his breathing equipment at night, but she couldn't, or she wouldn't. It were a crime, you see. And she didn't want to lose the children, as well as her old man.
No family should have to suffer like Peter's did. And now no family will have to. The health service is today opening the first of 300 new transition centres.
The transition centres will handle everything for your last days. The legal, financial, medical and emotional costs are all catered for and paid for by the government. So even the poorest citizen gets to pass on with dignity when they choose.
And that choice is important.
Weird.
This is a service only for people who choose it. For people who feel they run their course and don't want to burden themselves or their families
Oh
with
my
a slow,
god.
long, humiliating decline.
This microphone pack has just given me an electric shock.
Are you okay?
I don't know. I think it fried my asshole.
Oh, we're still on the air, Peter.
Yes, sorry. My apologies. Oh.
Are you not worried that this new system might be open to abuse?
In what way?
Sorry, I've got sacked again. Can I get a little bit of help here, please?
That the older generation might feel somewhat...
Jesus, a raw shell face, fucker! That one was massive. Right, no, this bastard's coming off.
That the older generation might feel somewhat coerced.
Coerced into spending their final days eating gourmet food and drinking fine wine and luxury spas and gardens.
Look, I am perfectly capable of... That grandmother with a rusty twat!
Prime Minister, please watch your language.
Go get yourself sorted out.
Right.
We're launching a government information film tonight. It should tell your viewers everything they need to know.
You really do move at a breathless pace. It's hard to believe you've yet to be in office a year.
Oh, Megan, we're only getting started.
And on that note, thank you both so much for being here. Jeremy.
Right, yes, that's all we have time for tonight. Thank you to our guests. Congratulations to all the winners at the Sports Board final. And we'll see you tomorrow night at the same time. My name is Jeremy Donaldson. If you can, have a peaceful night.
Alright, good job, everybody.
Did I fuck up?
I don't suppose there's any way
What
it could
happened?
be a good thing.
It's for my nephew, so we transitioned the moment I saw the link.
Did I die? I got an A+ though. Fucking. There you go. Generous Bosch partners. I'm in worrying that baby! Oh! I think that's the one I chose. Uh-oh. Okay, I think that's all I have time for. I have to function as a human. Do my humanly tasks that I have as a human.
Good evening, I'm Megan Wolf.
So, thank you for joining me. And I will be streaming, hopefully, sometime in the future. Sometime soon in the future. But yes. See ya.